Bell from the Gadget Lab took a look at 5 different manual coffee brewing machines, and her favorite of all of those was this one, the AeroPress, which is also Matt Honen's favorite.
Oh, it's an AeroPress?
Yeah.
I thought it was something totally different. Okay. Well, all right. It's not my favorite, actually.
Okay.
But I agreed with her logic, and I understood why it is her favorite. And for very many people, it is their favorite.
And you use it a lot.
Oh, I use it all the time.
And you have your own technique.
I do. I think one of the interesting things about the AeroPress is you can really dial in something that you like, and a lot of people have various ways to do it. Certainly,
YouTube backs up that claim.
yeah, YouTube. You can spend hours on YouTube watching AeroPress videos. Like the directions on the box are a starting point.
Okay, so I have come to understand that your AeroPress technique is believed by you and a few other people who are close to you to be the best AeroPress technique.
It's good. It's quite good. Yeah, I mean, and I use what's called the inverted method, which is basically you just use the thing upside down.
Okay, can't wait to see this.
Yeah, it's
So
great.
you want to demo it for us?
Sure. So let's start off. So when you're making coffee, as everyone knows, the most important thing is to have freshly roasted beans. These are roasted on March 7th, so they're a little bit older than I normally would, but for the purposes of just this video,
That's 3 weeks right now.
I'm sorry. Okay.
So you want something that's 2 weeks or less?
2 weeks is great. I mean, actually, anything within a month, it should be fine.
Okay.
But you know, freshly roasted beans.
As long as you have a coffee locker.
Right, you need a coffee locker. Don't get me started on what happens if you don't have a coffee locker. Oh my God.
And then you've got a little drug scale.
Yeah, so I think this is actually designed for something other than coffee, but we're going to use it. It's a gram scale that will measure to 1/10 of a gram. And I'm going to weigh out 15 grams of beans here.
So what are you shooting for, a cup?
I'm going to make 8 ounces, yeah.
8 ounces, so 15
So I'm
grams.
a little bit over here. There we go. That should be right at 15. And next we're going to use this Hario manual burr grinder. A burr grinder, unlike a blade grinder. Do you want to explain this to the people? Or?
Yes, sure. Well, a blade grinder will basically reduce your coffee beans to a fine dust very quickly, and it's inconsistent. You'll have whole beans and dusty coffee in there. This produces an even pulverization. And, you know, you just do what he's doing. It kind of goes everywhere, but that's sort of the flavor of it. You could pick up one of these for 30, 35 bucks on Amazon, or you can get a full electric version that does essentially the same thing without the elbow grease for...
Spend thousands on those.
Yeah, you really can. But the sweet spot for a good one in the electric range is between like $150 and $250. But this is all you need. Plus you can take it on the road. And he's grinding. All right, how you doing there?
I'm almost finished. Okay, I'm finished. All
All
right.
right, and that's easy.
And so what we've got here is we've got some grounds that are probably a little bit thicker than what you would normally use, a little bit coarser than what you would use for a pour over, but not so coarse, not nearly as coarse as a French press.
Okay. You just referred to this machine as a French press.
No, I'm saying they're not as thick as you would use a
not
French
as
press.
thick,
Yeah,
okay.
not as thick. This is an AeroPress.
So what's the difference between this and a French press?
A French press, this is using, there's a couple things going into play here, and one of them is pressure. It's not just the hot water, it's the pressure. We're going to flip this over in a minute and push down, and it's going to be using air pressure, similar to the way that you make espresso, how espresso relies on air pressure. A French press, it's just filtering the coffee. And so, you know, you put the grounds in there, you let them sit for 4 minutes, and then you push down the filter, and you actually still usually get sediment in there. This, because it has a paper filter, which we have rinsed, very important, rinse the paper filter first.
Pre-rinsing.
Gets the paper flavor out of there.
Yeah, just like a jacuzzi.
Just like a jacuzzi, yeah. You don't get any sediment in your coffee with an AeroPress like you do with a French press.
Okay, cool.
All right, so now if we only had hot water, pour this in, and we're now timing it.
On your phone.
Yeah,
For how
got
long?
a timer running for 1.5 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, hey, it's been 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Awesome.
So now I'm going to try and do this seated. It's going to be harder, but I'm going to do that.
Oh, you're kidding me.
And now we're just going to push down, nice, long, slow.
So it's
push.
already running through.
It's already running through, and the pressure is pushing it through faster. And like the key here is to push, but slowly.
Okay. So you're not really just like plunging it.
Yeah, you don't want to like go on there like full speed and, you know.
But this is something that like grandma could do, right?
Oh yeah, easily. And if you do the whole thing right, like the push should
I hear
take
air
a little
coming
bit.
out now.
Yeah, there is some air coming out there now. The push should take less than a minute. And this is what's so great about the AeroPress. Once you finish with this, so we've got delicious coffee here. This is one of the many things that's so great about the AeroPress. Got some delicious coffee here.
Well, thank you.
I made a mess. But the AeroPress is not messy. You can just take this off, and you've got a little puck here of grounds, and it'll just pop right off in the trash can. You can just wipe this with a damp cloth, and you're
Oh, that's
done.
awesome.
Yeah.
So it's great for like hotel rooms and stuff.
It's
like
fantastic. I travel with mine all the time.
that. He does. I've seen him. This is lovely. Thank you, Matt. Cheers.
Thank you, Michael. You smell the getting a little bit of that.
Yeah, some of that.
Yeah. A little grassy. I like it.
Lovely. So, what is this lovely device you've got here?
This is the WeThings Smart Body Analyzer. It's a scale that will tell you not just how much you weigh, but how much body fat you've got.
Oh, awesome! Bring it on.
Yeah, you know.
So this is part of like this is one of those gadgets that people are getting into because they're more interested in learning just about the basics. They want to get more into quantifying all of the different pieces of their body for different reasons.
Right, and so this scale, you may have seen the last WeThings scale, and this is sort of similar. It takes measurements every day, and we'll send them to an app that's on your phone. And in this case, what it's taking, it'll take your weight, your heart rate, which is new.
Oh, it measures that through your feet?
It measures that through your feet. It measures the air quality in your room. And it's basically designed to help you kind of know even more than the last one did. And you can do things in the app like set weight loss goals, and it will try and help you reach those.
Well, that's very cool. What does the air quality tell you?
I think the idea is if you have too much CO2 in your room, it's bad.
Okay, so it'll alert you to that.
Yes,
All right.
It'll let you know.
Does it tweet your weight?
You can set up things like that. I think it's Dennis Crowley who sort of famously tweets his weight all the time.
Yeah, once
but
a
it
week
doesn't.
or something like that.
It doesn't have to. And like if you reach a goal, like I lost 2 pounds last week, Mike.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Matt.
That was my goal, and I could have tweeted that goal, but I opted not to.
Right. I think most people would probably opt not to.
Yeah.
Although, they do say that if you publicly declare an intention, then you're more likely to follow through on that intention.
Burn the ships.
That's right. That's right. So it's something like it's something that some people might be interested in if they want to get like super serious and they need the extra motivation.
Right.
But for most people,
Public shaming.
So what's the app experience like?
The app is really great.
Yeah.
The app, and if you have if you're in the WeThings ecosystem, it will pull other things in as well. It can not only does it track the stuff coming from the scale. If you've got the WeThings blood pressure monitor, it'll pull that data in as well, and you can link it up with Runkeeper. Which is a lot of people may have that on their phone anyway, and so it'll really try and give you a whole picture of your health.
So there are other companies that make sort of body monitoring devices, like Fitbit makes its own scale. Also,
REI, I believe it is.
That works with the Fitbit clip. So what does this work with on WeThings' side?
Well, one would have to assume that it's going to work with the WeThings activity monitor that we saw at CES. It's going to be coming out. That's
like
really
a little
neat.
kind of SD card sized.
Yeah. It's bigger than an SD card, but tiny, like really really small.
Yeah.
It goes in your pocket. And as I said, it works with the blood pressure monitor, and I'm not sure if there are other devices it works with as well, but it certainly is going to work with those too.
Cool. That's all the time we have for this week. So we're going to go weigh ourselves and drink a lot of coffee, and we'll see you next week on the Gadget Lab.